Hey yo! Welcome to the Ozzy and Sid report. Again, I said welcome to the Ozzy and Sid report. And now we are gonna start the Ozzy and Sid report. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Calm down, calm down. Thank you for the applause. Thank you, thank you. I don't know why we need applause if we doing like news reports and all that, but I didn't implement the sound effects and all that. Yo, shout out again to the Straight Shooters 94. Again, that's the Straight Shooters 94 at Straight Shooters 94. I'm gonna start putting them in the comments because that's what I need to do at Straight Shooters 94. Shout out to my guest hosts and co-hosts, Sheed and Sid. Sid and Sheed. Yeah, you know Sheed, aka nothing but net bitch. And Sid, Mr. Captain Fall in Line himself. So I'm gonna get this going. Let's what's good what's good with you people? What's good with y'all? Straight shooters 94. Yeah. As you know, I'm making this more into a news style report, but we're gonna have open discussions and panels and all that. Because this is where you get your viral news off of two views. Again, that's viral. Hashtag the viral news off of two views. And hello, New World. This is your host, Ozzy Oz, Straight Shooters 90. Fiznor. Okay, so got that in. Gonna see if people gonna come. I don't know. Who knows? They might. Um, so let's do a quick weather update. It was hot today. In IRL, in my IRL in real life, yeah, got a good career. Got a good 9 to 5 career. Obviously, you see me on the entrepreneur tip. Yeah, them juices by Ozzy's is coming soon. But yeah, I was outside a lot. Okay. It was worth it. My time is compensated for. You know. Praise due to the most high. You gotta keep that spiritual ground because this heat right here, boy. Yeah, it was like you was in hell. And I was like, God, please keep me hydrated because it was, yeah, down here in Texas, it was like a buck 20, okay? It was Sahara Desert with Dubai added in there and whatever that little trench area is in Cali, it was all that combined, just musty and just nasty and just hot and just sweating. Yo, quick note, let me tell y'all something, man. Um, Y'all can definitely if you I know some people be like, yo, water, all that. Try sparkling waters, especially the flavored sparkling waters. Like I do LaCroix, and then you got Waterloo, and then I tried that Liquid Death, even though that sound like oxygen. I'm like, well, I don't want to lick it, but it was good. It was good. But I like a LaCroix because LaCroix is just all straight up zero. A lot of known in the Mexican culture. Tapo Chico. Did I say it right? Tapio Chico. They're good. Clearly Canadian. They're good. And then you just your local, wherever your local market, your supermarket, grocery store, wherever you go shop, your corner store, they usually got like the brand, the store brand, sparkling waters or seltzer waters. They're good. They're good because you get a little flavor with it. Then they said the carbonation helps with the digestion and all that. Yeah, so just give me a little health tip. You feel me? And that's what I'm doing out here. I'm here to help the people. Yeah, we're gonna get to this messiness. Not too much messiness because it ain't gonna be a long live. But uh, let's see what else. What else we got? Oh yeah, I was getting back to this weather. Yo, this weather is hot, hot, and more hot. Like I said, I had to put my prayers up. Like, please cool me off. Like, I know people got a lot more other important prayers, but I'm just sorry. It was hot out there today. All right, it's just blazing hot. If you or if you've been living or you just haven't been wanting to listen to the news because it's just a lot of nasty work, yo, like mad people have been man, people have been I mean, I'm sorry, man, people. I'm sorry. Trump has been sending National Guards. First it was DC, cracking down on the crime. Now he's sending to Chicago. I see the wave. Um, I honestly think that he's just gonna keep continuing into the major cities. He's not gonna put um he's not just gonna put them in every little single area. It is kind of changing martial laws. But that's why I said I was gonna keep on this and keep going on this topic and see like, yo, is this gonna turn into something ugly? Is it gonna be effective? Um like what's the outcome of this? You know, now we know he's power driven and he has his own motives, but sometimes within his own motives, now understand people, you know, I talk about these politics. Yo, nah, I'm sorry, I don't vote for my own reasons. Why? Because sometimes we just know too much information. It's just hard to do certain things like that. And yeah, it is. Cause it's like when you know too much information, be careful too much you know, cause sometimes you just can't make sound decisions. I'm sorry. You just can't. Because when you know what you know and it's tough out there, it's like, dang, bro, like, do I really do I really want to um do I really want to involve myself in something that I really don't believe in or participate in, or I don't know, just it's it's crazy because when you think about it, it's like, man, if you vote, when they kept saying people didn't like the parties they were voting for, either one, but they were like, vote for the lesser evil. And I understand, but to me, that just sound just it was just asinine. I'm sorry, it was just asinine. And it was just bad business. Like, yo, why you gotta settle for something like that? Um, uh-oh. Be easy in the chat. What's good? Actually got some people pulling up. Yo, what's good? Be easy, that dude. Yo, I'm talking about Trump sending out National Guards to the city. I think it's gonna start. I think it's gonna be a wave where he's just gonna keep sending these National Guards out to really cut down on this crime because it's getting out of hand. And now the main thing is because we know it's affecting the black and brown communities, but since we black, we've had a bad history with authority just in the country, and that's why a lot of black people are conflicted because it's like, yo, if we go down this road, what are the results and what's going to happen? Um, that's what we want to know. Like, what's good with that? Like, I want to know. Um, for too long, I don't know why, and I think ever since the crack era, we've been adopting this kind of like street mentality, especially if you're a millennial or you was right before that. We've been, and then of course the youth. I mean the new waves and the new generations, they either adapting it or they're denouncing it. But it's like that's the only thing I see the play. Yeah, it's going to be effective because when you just basically when you start putting out discipline and demonstrations, it don't even matter whether it's Trump or not. When you people in general, just like if you have kids, you start disciplining them and showing demonstrations like, yo, if you do this, you're going to get in trouble, and if you keep doing it, it's going to be severe. The kids will stop. Um, that's just basic math. That's just basic math and science 101. But I just want to know, is this going to lead down the bad road? I'm more down for policing our own communities. That's what I'm for. But then it's like, damn, it's getting so out of hand. It's when you hearing about the little kids getting affected in our neighborhoods, in our community and culture and heritage. That's when it's like, yo, some of this is just it's gotten out of hand. I actually do have some solutions if we decide to go down this route where, okay, we know the National Guards are coming, they cracking down on neighborhoods. This is one way, not the perfect way, but it's one way it's going to clean up the neighborhoods. But to be honest with you, some of these young brothers and women, but most of the young brothers is getting locked up. Yo, when we get there, let's just like Malcolm X created the plan and the program for everything. That's why I shout out to my 5%ers, my Muslims, and Farrakhan. Just like when they set up plans and programs for everything, let's just set up, hey, you know what? If you know you about to do some time, let's make it where we actually getting with each other, okay? And when we get in there, we not about the BS, okay? Now I know this is sounds like a crazy idea, and these are just raw thoughts coming off the top of my head. I ain't put down no notes, nothing. So please forgive me. But hey, if saying that my cities of Philly and Jersey, like you always hear. Okay, say you got communities in Jersey that need to be cleaned up, particularly northern New Jersey, North New Jersey, right? North New Jersey. And you know, whoever the community activists around there, you know, they did a sweep. They got groups of little young brothers getting picked up. They getting locked up. How about you implement a program like, yo, none of this fighting for no reason, none of all these antics just getting violent, none of the other antics that go on in prison, like, you know, I don't gotta spell it out, but you know, men around other men, like none of that. Take that time to, hey, they have resources in prison. They really do. But because of the environment and because of the hostility, you know, a lot of times it's hard for a lot of dudes being in focus because they gotta be worried about them on survival mode. I don't want to blame them. But to be honest with you, especially in the black community, if we had like a national, like an unwritten law, like an unwritten code, like just like we know, like we're known in our culture. We know, like, hey, when we all get together, no matter what religions we celebrate, we all know to pray over our food at the dinner table. Or we all know the phrase, God is good all the time, God is good, like stuff like that. We know that like we like put season, like all these unwritten little laws and codes that we got. Probably we should have one for when we get into these situations, going to the jail system and the penitentiary and the prison systems and all that. Hey, no violence amongst each other, against each other, and no other foul acts against each other. And when we get in there, how about we actually make sure we start to learn? Let's create a plan for each other. You know, let's start even when the system works against us, let's start implementing our own plans for everything. And I'm gonna bring up Malcolm X, because that's what Malcolm X is doing. He said, yo, we're going to make plans and programs, and we're going to educate each other, so no matter what situation we in, we're going to come out for the positive, and we're not going to let the system degrade us, and just put us in bad, just even put us in the worst situation, you know, in deplorable situations. We're going to come out being actual progressive, and we're going to basically push forward and not succumb to the BS, basically. um Let me talk to yo. Be easy, yo. You can pull up if you want, or if you just want to stay in the background. I don't know what you want to do. Let me see. Da, da, da. I don't know what he's doing, and I don't even know if I got this joint on private or not. So yeah, and I know I kind of went into a little side rant, but I'm always about solutions. Because again, I see the wave. He cracked down the crime in DC. I know a lot of people are like, "Yo, why are we complaining?" Because we just kept complaining about killing each other. So now they stepped in. Now, what sucks about it, we as a community and as a culture, we could have took care of this ourselves, but it just got so out of hand that we kind of lost it. But the one thing I do realize, a lot of known street dudes that are known throughout our community and culture. A lot of them are starting to denounce the streets. A lot of them are starting to like Whack 100, shout out to him, Rollo, from the ATL. A lot of them dudes, They're saying, yo, who cares about the cinch and the paperwork? We need to move forward. Whack 100, even though a lot of people don't like him, if you honestly listen to him in between the lines, he's denouncing a lot of that gang ish. The only thing is, people get mad because he's talking about people ratting and paperwork, and they say he's feds, we set people up, but he's trying to show you like, yo, they goofy out here. They not doing. It's not even worth it. He's showing all them old heads that they were supposed to say, yo, you keeping the G code. He was saying they wasn't. You feel me? So I don't know. Black people, sometimes we get overly programmed to where now I will say, hey, when I was a victim, because I'm a millennial, we grew up in them 2000s. We like, yo, no snitch. I don't know why street culture was such a thing. I get why it was a thing because when you young, and I'm not saying I didn't have a lot to stand for and hold on to, but it's just one of those, especially for you, a young adolescent going to being a boy to boys and men. Hey, shout out to boys and men. Um, it's that whole tough bravado. It's something kind of cool, and it's an essence with it because you can say, yeah, I'm from, I'm from North New Jersey. What's up? You heard about us? I'm from Philly. Like, oh yeah, I know y'all don't play, but I kind of think they got out of hand. Now, yeah, you can have a little fascination with saying, yeah, you came up from some tough and rough environments and all that. You can, but I just think it just got out of hand to where we got to uphold these street codes. What are they doing? Because cause we don't got nothing to bank on. We don't. Like them Irish, them Irish and Italian and the Jewish and some of the Asian like the crime organizations and the mobs and the little separate mafias and the crime syndicates. They it's not perfect, but they got some bank to stand on to where they can actually they can live by them codes because they have benefits from it. So they actually uphold a code that actually has results. Not 1,000% all the time, but they got results to where it was a reason why they upheld the code and it worked for them. We upholding the code and it ain't working for us at all. Um, yeah, it's just not. So again, I'm just going off the top here, and I would know for sure. I know he's going to start putting. I probably think the next city, if he says Chicago, he's either going to go. New York is going to be kind of hard. That's his home city, and New York, they kind of got it's different over there because that's our biggest international city, over here in the U.S. and one of the biggest well, probably the biggest international city in North America. Because even before you get to South North America is going to include Mexico, so you would have a couple cities in Canada, but really Mexico is probably New York and Mexico City is because Mexico City is a big international city. But I do see Trump probably he might send him to LA. If he doesn't send him to LA, it might be Philadelphia. It might be Miami or Detroit. And I think that's one of them cities. I don't know about St. Louis. It might be Detroit, Miami, Philly. Wait, Detroit, Miami, Philly, and yeah, one of those three cities or LA. It might be LA. I don't know for some reason. I just don't see him taking it. I don't see it. I don't see him taking it to I don't see him taking it to New York. New York is a different. I don't know. They ain't kind of in a different realm, just because how big it is and international. Then just the geography of New York. If you ever been to New York, I've been there plenty of times, but it's hard to move around there because even if you put the National Guards anywhere, pretty much in New York, you're gonna have to damn near work. The first thing you're just gonna have to worry about is traffic. LA, I've been to LA. Traffic's bad in LA. But that New York traffic is something different. So you got to come up with a whole blueprint and a plan to where they're going to go. You probably wondering because I've been talking about this. Am am I for the National Guards? I'm human, so I'm not going to be saying it's all or nothing. Nah, I'm like I'm like 98% no. 2% it might have some success. Because some people kind of learn like, yo, when they when they see the hammer coming down, when they see us getting serious, they straighten up. That can and the only reason that can help because again, I'm tired of seeing the little ones, the little kiddo getting affected by the crime. When you start hearing about toddlers in the news as the after and part of the aftermath in these shootings and in these KILLINGSs in these shootings, when you hear about little 2 and 3 and 4 year olds, newborns, and just and plainly just innocent people, that's when it starts like, damn, that's kind of nasty work, bro. Like, why? Why are y'all doing this? So I don't like it, man. I just don't. I just don't. I just don't like it at all. Um, it's just bad for business. Like that's the part that needs to stop. That part right there, that needs to stop. So that's something that I think a lot of people they kind of conflicted because it's like, yo, we could kind of do without that. And I'm sorry I'm kind of jumping around here, but I just got to keep consistent on this content. Um, because I see that people actually been kind of tuning in, and it's been um it's been good with me just going on it because I look as long as I've been doing a lot of these podcasts and this media content, this I've been doing this since 2014. Me and my partner Cam, man, you want to talk about live podcasts? We was doing that back really before a lot of people. Like we were really some of the first ones. It just don't look like nothing because I mean we got the evidence and the proof. It don't look like nothing because we ain't big as these other platforms. But it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. So I am definitely familiar with this podcasting thing. It's just been the thing where it's just been in and out. So um yeah, I'm definitely familiar with this for sure. Uh but yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just nasty work. I don't like it. It's something where you really got to think like, damn, it got to this point. Um, and again, in the black communities, we're nervous about a lot of things because it's like, well, damn, is it is this something that we gotta watch out for? Should we trust it? Like, I just don't know. I really don't. And we get nervous about this because we just had a bad history with authority in this country. Whether obviously we had slavery times, we had the just the regular law enforcement. Even when blacks went to the army, experiment on us. Even with sometimes it was even with first responders back in the day, with firefighters, they wouldn't help black people with burning homes. Some black people definitely lost their lives just from being black. Like all that politicians and zoning, like we just had bad interactions with authorities, and that's the real when people will be like, "Oh, why we still holding on to we don't trust the cops and no snitching?" Yeah, that kind of adds into it, but you want to get to the root of the problem. That you had inconsistent behavior. Inconsistent behavior. Well, we've had consistent behavior with the Black America versus America. We've had consistent behavior of bad results. Okay, get it? Consistent behavior of bad results against us. And I've had personally in my life with family. And that's what we don't want to see. Well, when you hear it, that's one of the unwritten laws of in the black community. We will say quick, yo, I don't want to put another black man in jail. That's a known thing. Like people will say that, yo, I don't want to put another black man in jail. Cause you don't. Cause you know the system is skewed. So really, I didn't have a lot of things to like discuss in detail. I guess just more of a little breaking news, open thought panel. Just putting my thoughts out there. I was going to talk about the Tank versus Jake Paul fight, Crawford versus Canelo. Yo, boxing is back. On some feel good news. I already talked about the weather, but boxing is back, baby. It is back. Yo, September is about to be the whole from September to December. Yo, for boxing is going to be lit. Oh, and let me give you some news. Let me give you some quick some Black History news. Damn it. Okay, so where's it at? Where do you go? Ah, I took my little story away. Where'd he go? Let me see. Let me see. Where's he at? Is this it? Nope, that ain't it. Do. Hold up, people. Hold up. I'm about to get you some news. Is this the ground news? Nah, that ain't the ground news. Nah. There it is. Okay, where's he at? Nope. Okay, Victor. Okay, so Victor Glover made history as the first black astronaut. Victor Glover made history as the first black astronaut to live on the International Space Station for a long time. He stayed there for 6 months. Victor Glover. Let me see. Nah, there was more of it. Something he did in 2020. December 18th, 2023, Victor Glover Jr. was selected as the astronaut in 2013 while serving in a legislative fellow in the United States. Victor Glover. Yeah, go check out my man Victor Glover. Black astronaut, renowned. Like I said, I'm more about definitely uplifting our people and showing some of the good we do. Now, yeah, because I'm definitely going to get into the trashy topics, as I like to call them for you. All that keep saying, yo, they attacking the hip hop culture. What else you gonna talk about when I get shit and seed on here? We gonna talk about the unaliving with that whole DV case between Love and Hip Hop. The daughters, I think it was daughter's baby daddy and the brother deleted him. Crazy work. I'm not gonna say the names because I don't got them all right, but it's from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Their daughter, her baby daddy, and their son, which would be the brother to the daughter, deleted the homeboy that was DVing their daughter. If you follow me, um, and was making hot news too. Rampage, his son, little Rampage Jr. Did he overreact or was he reacting the right way? Because he was assaulted first. So, um, yeah, that's your little trashy topic news. But prayers going out. Nah, I don't even know. But it's see, and again, the violence amongst each other. That kind of cycles back into these National Guards coming. Like the one thing black people we can do, we can start kind of laying under the radar a little bit. Putting some of not all of our lives out here to making this content because it's just getting bad out here. But I don't know. I would say stay weary of the National Guards coming in to lay down the law. Again, stay weary of the National Guards coming in to lay down the law. Because you in the major city, I live in Dallas. I don't think they're going to really do it in Dallas. They might do it in Houston because Houston's been having a lot of that's another city. Houston's been having a lot of activity. But just keep your third eye open. Just keep that caution alarm in the back of your head. Just keep that going. But until then, we just pay attention. Just pay attention. And then let's just keep putting out the narrative. Yo, you see what they doing. I've talked to some youth the other day. You see what they doing. Yo, calm down so you're not caught up on the misdeeds. Cause it is nasty, bad work out here. We shouldn't have the National Guards to police us. We don't want that. We about to be like on RoboCop 4 if we do that. Yo, if y'all any of y'all seen the new RoboCop or old RoboCop or any of those martial law movies, The Purge, like it's kind of like here and it's looking nasty. So again, those are my little raw thoughts and opinions coming off the top. Thank you again for tuning in to the Ozzy and Sid report. Again, that's the Ozzy and Sid report. Um, I put in at Straight Shooters 94. They got their handle right there. Yo, go get the bag, make an impact. Or make an impact, go get the bag. Hello, hello, new world. This is Ozzy Oz. I'm out.